Hey guys, I need to come in and do a report on this Westlake landfill. And if you haven't heard of it, um, it is a landfill in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. And this is where they stored the waste that was left over from the Manhattan Project. They enriched uranium and they used 60% pure material at the site. What you see here is a website made by these, it's mainly started by these two moms, and they started this whole thing, and people jumped on and started supporting them. They finally took it to court. They won. They got some plans happening, and it seems like they're starting to possibly get this area cleaned up. Well, at least started to clean up. Um, Now, if you don't know about this site, we go in here and look at some stuff where we can look at some maps so you guys can get a visual idea of what's going on here. So this is the area, and it's not just, this is a superfund site, and the problem is that that material was just stored in various areas that wasn't at the landfill. The landfill is just the final resting place that they stored it, but it was scattered all across this county, and I guess Coldwater Creek got really contaminated. But the problem is that this landfill has been under a smoldering event for, I want to say, nearly 10 years, and most people don't even know it exists, let alone that there's radioactivity being released from the fire, from the smoldering vent. Now, this used to be back in the day, used to be an old quarry. They mined it out, and then they filled it in with garbage. And back then, they didn't have any rules, regulations, and they were just dumping everything you could possibly imagine into this place, including nuclear waste, obviously. Okay, I'm going to take you to this map because it's the most detailed one that'll kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Now, the South Quarry here is the area that has the fire. I'm going to try to get my pen out, guys, and see if I can't kind of draw on this here. Let's see. So, right now, the fire is down in this area, and it's working its way this way. And I guess there's a bottleneck right here that it's, the last I heard of it was a few years ago, and it was just coming up to this point. So I imagine it's made it at least past this point by now. Now the biggest area of where it's stored at is in this, I believe there's a building right here. And that's where the majority of it is kept. But the problem is, like you can see on the map, this stuff is everywhere in the area. It leaked out of the building, and it's being found moving closer to the fire, and it's all up in this area as well. And then you can see how it's made it outside the fenced area, right? Now I believe Coldwater Creek, I want to say, is up here somewhere. I think it runs up here, and then there's like a trailer park or something down here, and just different buildings. But I found something interesting on one of these other maps. Discard that. Okay. I think Radioactive is this one. And you see what's in the middle there? There's an asphalt plant and a concrete plant. And then you have material leaking out of here. So do you think that asphalt and that concrete plant ever had radioactivity in it? Can you imagine where all this asphalt and concrete was taken? Who knows? So this is that bottleneck right here where the fire was moving towards. I believe the Army Corps of Engineers has tried to do something with this place. But this is a mess, guys. I mean, this Bill Gates is even part owner of this place. I mean, this is big news that most people aren't even talking about. And it's steady releasing radioactivity. Now, you can see all these there's a map in here that kind of shows the illnesses. Sorry, guys, I'm going to try to find that one. So you can kind of get a rough estimate of where they're located. These look like, not sure. But you'll hear Bridgeton landfill because it's all part of the same. There'll be Westlake landfill, Bridgeton landfill, different areas that they used. Yeah, I'm not finding that map. I don't know where I was earlier, but so that's the approximation of the smoldering. And there's all kinds of chemicals. I mean, it's not just radioactivity. There's tons of chemicals in here. So, also, they have a YouTube channel called St. Louis Rad Waste Legacy. And you can go here and watch their presentations. And they will break it all down for you much better than what I'm giving you. But I just want to let you guys know that this needs to be paid attention to. This is happening right in the heart of the U.S. And people are being exposed to not only chemicals, but radioactivity, and some of the purest radioactivity on the planet. Because that was some of the most pure material that they used for those bombs. This is, guys, this is pure ignorance by the U.S. government, because the DOE, Department of Energy, had control of this site. And they let it set for 20 years, kicking the can down the road, trying to figure out what to do with it. And then the NRC found out about it 2 years before the newspaper broke the news. So there you can see that the NRC is in the pockets of not only the DOE, but the nuclear industry as well. Because any bad publicity on anything nuclear is not good for the nuclear industry, now is it? Yeah, we see that the ad campaigns all around. Nuclear is the greatest, the next best thing. SMR this, molten salt reactor that, thorium this, except for it's actually U-233. Yeah, pebble fuel with 3 different layers of carbon on it. 2 different types of carbon. Yeah, it's not so much carbon free, guys. They're lying to you. So, check this out. Check this YouTube site out. Subscribe to them. Show them your support. Let them know you're there. And let's see if we can get this thing done. And I believe it's in the works that a plan is starting to clean it up. But this is a very telling story that they allowed this to go on for so long. And they allowed so many people to get exposed just because they didn't want to do something with it. This is how nuclear operates, because it doesn't transfer from paper to real life. It doesn't work. There's too much corruption, money, and greed wrapped up in it. And until you see that, you're never going to know the truth. Why nuclear power even exists in the first place. Thanks for watching. Bye.